All right, welcome back in, everyone. I'm here with David Breazeale, captain and defenseman of the Maine Hockey team. David, what a 4 years it's been here in Orono for you. Obviously, didn't end exactly the way you guys wanted it to, but over the past couple of days, as you've been reflecting on your time, kind of what have you been thinking about?
Yeah, like you said, not the way we wanted it to end. Obviously, we had our hopes set on going to St. Louis and hopefully win a national championship. But yeah, taking a couple days to reflect on not only this year but the past 4 years, it's just been so special. So just a remarkable journey, and I think what we accomplished this year was pretty impressive. I think we're all looking back and saying, you know what, like you said, not the way we wanted it to end, but awesome season overall. I mean, winning Hockey East was so special, and we'll be able to have that forever. Made history. Brought the Lou Lamb back to Orono, which was pretty cool.
Absolutely, and I want to start at the beginning of that journey, right? I mean, you're a kid who was under-recruited, coming out of junior, and can you just talk about your experience in the recruiting world and what brought you up here to Orono initially?
Yeah, it definitely was crazy. I mean, COVID had happened my second year down in Louisiana, where I was playing juniors in Shreveport, which is an unbelievable spot. Love it there. It's a third home, Orono, Shreveport, and back in Michigan, my three homes. And so recruiting was tight, because guys were coming back for fifth years. A lot of guys weren't leaving, so there was a lot of opportunity. And fortunately, Coach Barr got hired here at the University of Maine with Coach Fortier, and they gave me a call, gave me an opportunity, and it was at the end of my season in Shreveport, which was like June. We had won the national championship. I was on my way home back to Michigan, and they gave me a call and were like, hey, we want you to just come in and give it a shot and help turn the culture around. We heard that you were a good captain on your junior teams, and we wanted you to get in here and try and help make a difference. And it's been pretty incredible how far it's come since then.
Yeah, and you talk about those early stages, right? I mean, last place in the Hockey East your freshman year. Can you just talk about that early freshman year and maybe even your sophomore year when you guys are still building? It had to be difficult to try to see the vision of what it is today, right?
Yeah, the cool thing is Coach Barr and the whole staff do such a great job of setting up that vision and making it so plain and simple of what we need to do so that we can get to that point. It was all about bringing in the right people, turning the culture around, becoming the hardest working team in college hockey, so we could get back to that standing. And I mean, it starts with all those guys that freshman year who bought into what Coach Barr was preaching, and yeah, that was a really special group. I mean, just amazing memories. You look back and it feels like it was yesterday that I was just a freshman sitting here, and the seniors in that group, Jack Quinlan, our captain. I mean, just unbelievable people who loved Maine hockey and wanted to see it get back to this point. And talking to them after the Hockey East, a lot of them reached out because they're just so proud of this program and how far it's come, and they were a stepping stone for that. And it was awesome that me, Rennie Breener, Benny Poisson, Donnie Houle, Victor Osman, all those guys, we got to be a part of that at a young age and then get to see it all the way through.
Obviously, last year, it was kind of the changing year, right? It's kind of when everything kind of started to come into motion, all the hard work started to pay off a little bit. You guys are nationally ranked. You keep winning, tough games after tough games, and you guys kind of burst onto the scene, and Maine hockey's back, right? Can you talk about your junior season and obviously a disappointing result down to the Garden to Boston University, but it was a great step in the right direction that set up this year. Can you talk about maybe when you realized, we're really starting to do this thing for real?
Yeah, it was cool. One of the awesome things that we do here is we come back early July and we train as a team. And when that whole team was together in July and we were on the ice, obviously the Nadeaus had come in that year. We were like, this team's going to be really good. We were young. We didn't have experience playing in huge games in those big moments. So I think that was an up and down process for us throughout that year. But we saw that we had something really special with the guys that they had brought in and the guys who had continued to develop, like myself, Rennie, Breener, Donnie, Benny, who were becoming the players that we envision ourselves becoming, And that was such a big stepping stone for us in this program to be able to bring in guys into the next year like Utah and Mitten and all those transfers, and Harrison Scott made huge steps that year. So it felt like there was finally that big jump where we were winning big games against big teams. The Alphon was packed every single night. The fans were buying in. They were starting to see the product on the ice as well. And then we were able to put ourselves in those big moments. Obviously, like you said, at the Garden and against Cornell wasn't the outcome that we wanted, but we had gotten that experience, and we had gotten us back onto the national stage, and for that to happen was super, super awesome.
We'll move along here to the senior season. I mean,
Yeah.
what a year it was. A lot of cool milestones. I mean, Denver coming to town. So many different things you could think of. What was it about this year that made it so special? What was it about this group that allowed you guys to go win a Hockey East championship?
Yeah, we said it back in July. We were like, this is a special group, you know. Obviously, we didn't win the big one like we wanted to, but this is one of the most fun teams I've ever been on. These guys, everybody just bought in from day one, and everybody wanted to get better. And when you have that drive and that passion with every single guy wanting to develop, wanting to get better, and being selfless, that's when you create something really unique. Coming to the rink every single day was the best because you get to hang out with your best friends, you know. Going home and being with Breener and Mitten and McCarr, like hanging out, watching hockey with them at night, it's the best. That's where you create that chemistry when you go on the ice and you can compete for each other and lay it all on the line for each other. And I think that was such a big part of why we did have success throughout this
The game was absurd, right? You guys didn't leave the Garden until, I guess, late Friday morning. And then you guys come out with a jump against UConn and get to celebrate, you know, on TD Garden ice, get to celebrate a championship. How cool is that?
Yeah, I never thought that would have happened for me. That was awesome. Like for myself, that was just obviously something I'll remember. And then for every single one of these guys, same thing. And for this program to win a Hockey East championship again after 21 years, that was awesome. To do it on the Garden and on the NHL rink in front of so many amazing Maine hockey fans, yeah, that was something I'll never forget.
David, thanks so much for speaking with us here today. And I know Maine hockey fans are going to thank you for your 4 years in bringing Maine hockey back here to the top.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm glad we got to do this.